What's up, Epic Army? This is Radical Edward for Less Than Epic, and recently I played Classic WoW for the first time ever. These are the 10 things I wish I knew before starting Classic WoW. I'll start off with what's probably the most important point. Classic WoW does not hold your hand. And I mean that for nearly every game aspect as well, so you'll see this theme recurring in some of my other points. But seriously, Classic WoW is hard. Let me give you some examples. If you're watching this, then it's likely that you've played MMOs before. In most starter areas of an MMO, it's pretty much impossible to die because the mobs there are basically just tutorial mobs. Not so in Classic WoW, I found. The mobs in the starter areas will eat your face before you even realize what's going on. And that brings me to my second point. Combat is difficult, especially when compared to other MMOs. Other MMOs put the notion in my head that unless an enemy is above my level by a good deal, then I can probably take them. That's 100% not true in Classic WoW, I found. Mobs your own level feel similar in power level to you, so you really need to respect their line of sight when doing quests. If you don't, you can easily be mobbed by 2 or 3 enemies who will quickly wreck you, since it's not that easy to just get away from aggro mobs once they've locked onto you. If you're looking forward to trying Classic WoW for the first time once Blizzard releases their version of the servers, I would really take this point to heart. But there was one note that Blister, the main WoW fangirl on this channel, wanted me to add here. Combat is not necessarily challenging, it's just slow, and if you try to kill multiple mobs at once, it's going to feel challenging because you're going to get wrecked. But on a different note, if you have the proper items, potions that give you health per 5 seconds, more HP, more attack power, etc., it's gonna feel a lot better. Okay, on to point 3. Classic WoW does not have quest tracking. It has a journal where you can read what quests you've accepted. It even has a list on the UI where you can see what quests are quote-unquote tracking. But that tracking barely does anything for you. It doesn't put convenient circles on your map or even on your minimap. Most of the time, it doesn't even give you all of the info you need to complete the quest, such as the monster that you need to kill. Instead, it will give you the item that you need, and in order to find out where you need to get that item, you need to read the rest of the quest in full. Sometimes the quest descriptions are so vague that you need to have just seen or fought the mob before to know what the quest is talking about. The main point in all of this is that you really need to pay attention to area names, NPC names, mob names, and even sometimes the terrain itself, as some quests will use language like the cave to the north, and that cave might not even be on the map. Okay, those were the biggest points, but now let's go through a few smaller points that are just as important. Number 4, and building onto point 3, those markers on your minimap, yeah, those aren't quest objectives, those are just the turn-in locations for your quests. That's all the help you're gonna get. And a lot of quests won't even have those to help you figure out where you need to go and who you need to talk to. You'll just need to figure it out for yourself a lot of the time. Especially when you're looking at mid-quest objectives where you have to find like a dead NPC laying on the ground. Yeah, he's not gonna be marked for you. Okay, point 5, bag space is very important, so get bags early. I found myself constantly having to drop items in order to pick up quest items in between my journeys. Once I picked up a few more bags, however, that problem went away, so I suggest that you do the same. Point number 6, different levels of skills, that is the skills that you get for your combat class, can always be used even if you get a stronger version of that skill. So what I mean by that is if you have level 1, 2, and 3 of a skill, you can actually equip all versions 1, 2, and 3 to your hotbar, and they'll all cost different mana and have different outputs. I played a class in the game that used mana, and I really found this useful when I was trying to min-max my mana consumption, as I could equip different levels of a heal skill, and depending on how much I needed to heal, I would use one that used less mana. I don't know how useful this will be in late game, as I didn't make it that far yet, but this seems like an important part of the game to me as someone just starting out. And a quick addendum here on skills, you're not just going to get them given to you when you level up, you need to go to your class person, your class NPC, in order to get them. Point number 7, and this is building off of point 6 a little bit, class resources such as mana are easily drained by your skills. Keep an eye on your mana and consider using point 6's tip if you're just constantly draining your class's resources. Point number 8, Leveling in Classic WoW takes a long time. Leveling seems to be part of the entire game's experience in Classic as compared to games nowadays which only really focus on endgame content. Classic WoW is very different from retail WoW or even other MMOs in this regard. Just be prepared to grind out those levels for a while because it really does take forever. Okay, point number 9. There are helpful NPCs damn near everywhere in Classic WoW. I suppose this point is the same in retail WoW, but I found exploration to be well worth it while starting out in Classic. I found random vendors selling useful early game items everywhere when starting out, so be sure to explore. You'll be rewarded for it, and not for nothing, exploring will help you learn the areas, NPC names, and everything else in that regard as well. Okay, my 10th and final point, specialize. Since leveling takes a very long time in this game, it's probably a good idea to specialize when you're taking on side classes. It's not just the leveling either. Recipes need to be found or purchased, so getting your crafting classes to a high level and skill will actually take a lot of time and investment. It's probably well worth focusing on one or two than trying to do them all. Alright, that concludes the top 10 things I wish I knew before starting Classic WoW. If you think I missed anything, please leave them in the comments below. Always happy to have a conversation about it. And if we have enough things to make another top 10 list from the comments below, I'll go ahead and compile another one of these videos for you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and once again, this is Radical Edward for Less Than Epic, signing out.
Hey, it's Radid here. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe as well. It really helps out the channel. We put out multiple new videos each week and we appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching, everyone, and cheers.